Hello and welcome to the video. This is a quick video to let you know that there's a new version of the Whoopstor out, the Whoopstor 3 from ViFly. Now before I get into this, I think it's important to make a note of the fact that the two things that I use for charging my Whoop batteries are ViFly products, and that's because I actually really like them and they work incredibly well. The first one is something called the ViFly Whoop series board. So what you can do is you can plug your Whoop batteries into each of these. You start at the 1S and you fill them all up. You have this little rotating control here, and then you plug it into your charger using the 6S balance tap and the voltage lead, and you can charge them all together. And I use this an awful lot when you're at base and you're just flying at home and you want to charge some batteries before you go out to a mate's house or something. This is incredibly handy. All you do is you plug in the batteries, you set this little rotating control to the amount of cells that you have, and away you go. However, if I am going out and about, then I will more likely take this thing here. This is the original ViFly Whoopstor that I looked at a while ago. Very simple, multi kind of layer design, very similar to the other thing we've just had a look at. So it's kind of open, you can see all the way through it. Powered from USB, a DC connector and an XT60, and then you had very basic controls. I did an entire video about this. However, they have just upgraded it. So I thought it was worthwhile getting this new version in and talking about what has changed between this one and the new Whoopstor 3. Now the big changes from the original are obviously the fact it is now a much more finished looking product. It has an enclosed case and it also includes a fan for cooling if you are doing the discharge stuff. There are now separate buttons for voltage setting and start and stop. On the original, the voltage setting was done via a little flicked switch, which actually I quite like. I just kept it on the HV setting and away we went. It's also got all the connectors on the top, so that's a little bit easier to plug everything in again. And then it also has a color screen and a memory. So there's an awful lot that's been kept over from the original, which I'm very pleased about. So there are 6 ports, all with PH 2.0 and BT 2.0. DC power is again via a DC barrel connector, XT60, or a USB connector. So let me just show you how this looks when it's plugged in. So let's power it. I tend to take this one with me now when I'm going out and about. Turn it on, you get a little color screen, and then as I plug stuff in, let's go in 1 and in 2. There we go. So here, zoomed in on the screen, you can see the amperage setting, 1.3 amps. By pressing the stop start button down here, I can change that between 0.3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, and then it rolls all the way around. So let's check that's the maximum for now. And then holding and pressing the stop is going to set the current and start it all running. So you can see that 1 and 2 have voltages on them, and that's because that's where the battery's plugged in. So you can also discharge on this same device. So let's just set it for the high voltage stuff. If you long press the voltage set, it will turn it into silent mode. I wouldn't do that because it will let you know when everything's finished. Long press the stop start and away we go again. The other nice thing about this is that it will remember the settings. So if you unplug the battery and then plug it back in, all that stuff doesn't have to be set up next time, and that memory feature is something that's new this time around. Specifications on this new version is 180 by 55 by 30 millimeters, weighs about 140 grams. Inputs are XT60, a DC 5.5 by 2.1 millimeter jack, USB-C, which is PD 3.0 compatible. Input voltage range is 6 volts to 26, so that's a 2 to 6S battery, or 9 to 20 volts DC via the USB port. Maximum input power is 40 watts, and the maximum charging current, as we've just seen, is 1.3 amps per port. PH 2.0 and BT 2.0, and the maximum discharge is 1.1 watts per port. But that is handy that that option is now available on here, which means that if you bring batteries back and you're going to fly them for a little time, you can put them back to a state voltage. So if you already have the original version of the Whoopstor, is it enough to invest in the new one? No, probably not. I don't think there's that much difference. But if you've been looking at the Whoopstor and you've seen that the Whoopstor 3 is now the one that's coming up on all your searches, now you know what it is and what the differences are all about. Thank you for watching the video. If you watch my videos and find them useful, then please take a moment to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps the channel a lot. If you really like what I'm doing here, you can become a Patreon and support the time I spend helping others and get access to lots of exclusive benefits. Link is in the video description. Remember that all the videos on the channel are organized into playlists, so you can easily use those playlists to find all the videos on a subject that you are interested in. Add Painless 360 to your searches on Google and YouTube, and it'll help you find my content for any particular topic. Thanks again for watching, and as always, happy flying.